welcome to another episode of
Murder
The Murder Portion.
on a Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy Thursday.
Now, when we enter the murder portion, we don't have time for anyone's silly games.
No shenanigans.
Nope.
That's right.
We're getting right into it.
Straight
and
to the
to
point.
get right into it, we're doing a quick catch-up of last episode.
I prefer mustard. Go ahead.
The boys don't have the best upbringing. We're talking about Larry and Emil.
Yep.
Yes.
Emil
and
had a
us.
tough life of heart problems, Twinkies, and getting picked on.
But
Captain
he
D's
did
a great
own
big
Captain
fat.
D's, so good for him.
So he's taking his frustration out on the mentally and physically handicapped and or the elderly, which really makes him the victim.
Right.
Sure.
Then you've got Larry, who grew up with generations of adrenaline-addicted lowbrow criminals. And then we got to talk about nature versus nurture on the first episode, which Grant did a great job on.
Well,
Thank you, Grant.
Really harping on that, and I appreciate it, but is it that profound?
You do a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I think so.
All right, okay.
I was uneasy to do that bit in the first place to break up this, what's it called? Don't yawn.
Sorry.
Don't yawn when I'm talking.
I,
I want you to get hyped up. Get hyped up while I'm talking.
woo!
Thank you, sir. Breaking up this heist from just one quick episode talking about all the gunfire and yada, 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 but talking about how do we get there.
Sure.
So, thank you, Grant, asshole.
Hold on. I'm fighting back another yawn.
Just turn it into a song. Beautiful.
That was good.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
And then we talked about how they allegedly, because we don't know for a fact that they did anything crazy before this bank robbery, but how they allegedly ramped up from truck robberies to trying to pull off what would have been one of the biggest and most successful bank robberies of modern day.
Would have been.
Would have been.
And that they allegedly already had, what, like almost $1 million between them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Over $1 million.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Now, they were trying to rob the biggest Bank of America in North Hollywood, or I think in the California region. And right before walking in, they were seen
Yes.
in their juggernaut outfits.
Yes.
And then Larry quickly finds out how deep of shit they're in, while Emil is having a panic attack and probably eating his emergency cheeseburger, coming to terms that this may be, in fact, his last
You
cheeseburger.
gotta have an emergency cheeseburger.
I think I'll have it now.
Did he find it in a burger box? Is that what they were called?
Burger boxes, yeah.
They
Yeah.
probably had styrofoam back then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This was the 90s.
And
Right.
that's where we left on the last episode with that cliffhanger. And,
And weren't they like also shooting the shit out of those cop cars?
they just started shooting
They
the shit
just
out of
started
it.
shooting
Yeah,
the cop cars,
yeah.
This is
Now,
where we're at. This is where like the news footage starts.
And then there's that chick that's just sitting there watching it with her dog.
Yeah,
in
Larry
the
Fisher,
backseat.
who,
Yeah.
again, if you're a listener or a viewer and you're going to take away one thing, you see some gunshots, you see some crazy shit happening, leave.
leave.
Don't get
The cops
involved.
Do not
probably already
get
know.
involved.
And just, yeah, that's it. The cops probably already know.
If you are John Wick, get involved. If you are not,
No.
Then
if you're
don't.
John Wick, you're already on your own mission. Okay?
Yeah.
Like,
you already have something to take care of.
you already avenged your dead dog. I saw something where it was like a spoof on John Wick, and he came back, and the dog was like just in another room.
I killed a lot of people. Sorry.
Ah, shit. That's on me.
Now, if you guys remember,
It's a valid feeling, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the police were chilling, interviewing witnesses because they were under the belief that this was going to be a hostage situation.
Right.
They're going to ask for like several more burger boxes,
Yes,
but
exactly.
having burgers in them.
Little did they know, Larry didn't exactly
joke.
learn to sew and make homemade juggernaut suits just for funsies.
It wasn't just a hobby crafts project.
Yeah, just in case.
And if everyone here remembers, one of the early responders was Sergeant Haynes. Haynes, who had taken over the communications relay from Farrell. Farrell was the officer that did the first response of just like, I just saw two men in what I think are entire suits made entirely out of bulletproof vests,
Yeah.
carrying duffel bags and guns, walk into a bank. shit's about to hit the fan.
Emil was wearing, if I remember right, a circus tent with bulletproof vests sewn to it, right? Fuck you, Emil.
You could see some of the colors still.
Yeah, you can still see the red and white.
Again, I love the opportunity to have fat jokes.
Especially when it's someone who's mean.
No. That's the only chance we have to make fat jokes.
He
Joseph.
pushed down an old woman for no
Yes.
reason.
So we get to make fun of his
Yeah,
fatness.
he's a bitch.
He is a bitch. Anyway, to get right back into it, Haynes is right now on radio as Larry is unloading magazine clip after magazine clip in his direction. Which I'm willing to bet was mostly made up of shit, fuck, dear God, save me, Jesus, God damn it, and wishing he was at home beating his wife or beating up the homeless
Or beating himself.
or committing police brutality horrors against the citizens they've sworn to protect and serve,
Specifically, a minority citizen. They are LAPD, and they love doing that.
or giving pointless speeding tickets to make financial quotas, or helping the CIA dismantle the Black Panthers movement and help fuel the crack epidemic while lining their own pockets and, of course, the cartels. But that's all aside.
Yeah.
For the record, this was all happening about the same time.
Yeah.
No, 1,000%.
So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's an excellent way to describe exactly who that person probably was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, history has shown us that LAPD in that time frame.
Was doing all of these
Yeah.
things. If you think I'm being hyperbolic,
Nail on the
feel
head.
free to look it all up.
Please.
This is all real. That wasn't a series of jokes. That's just what they did and
Wikipedia.
are doing.
I swear. Yeah.
Fun fact, if
They
you
make
remember
movies about it.
They do.
in one of the last episodes about
They do.
about this heist, one of the heists that they pulled off, allegedly, was successful because the police were undermanned at the time. And the reason they were undermanned was because of the Rodney King riots.
Yeah.
And no one wanted to join the police.
Yeah.
So, here we are again.
Take that for what you will.
Anyway, however you want to see it, whether it be fortunately or unfortunately, Haynes was there getting shot at by Larry. Apparently, it was such a madhouse that Haynes, who gave only a couple of interviews in the immediate aftermath of the shootout, has never really been available to give another recount of the story.
Huh.
Apparently, like after that day, he was just like, never talking about it again.
Too shook up.
Yeah. Given the impact marks on his vehicle and the location of the wound he suffered, we can safely speculate that he was peeking head and shoulders above the engine bay of his vehicle. If you remember what I said, they've got fully automatic rifles at this point. They've got heavy-duty, armor-piercing ammo.
Yep.
It's tearing through anything and everything in its way. The only thing that is stopping these bullets is the engine block from his patrol car.
So you said he was peeking what?
He was peeking over, trying to see
How much?
Head and shoulders.
What about his knees and toes?
Oh, shit. Which I think is kind of wild for him to like peek that much. 'cause
Hiding behind the engine block.
if
I
I
know.
heard like a fucking automatic rifle shooting at me, I think I would just wait it out.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
and you're not just hearing that, but you're also feeling the car shake as it's being
Right.
hit.
Yeah,
and
things-
chips of metal and paint and plastic and
Glass.
pieces. Yeah, are just flying all around you. I'd be loving the ground. I'd be
Right.
I'd be hunkered down.
God, I hope he reloads soon. Maybe I'll get a couple of rounds out with my 9.
Well, he
Or
he
back then, it was
almost
probably
tried.
the snub nose, right? Was it the 45?
A lot of them with a 9mm.
9 millimeters? Okay.
But he apparently peeks over. One of the rounds strikes the hood and then fragments and gets into his upper left arm, shoulder arm
Okay.
area.
As bad as it could have been.
He survives. Larry continued to unload on the cruiser and in the process wounded 2 of the civilians hunkered with him. Tracy Fisher, again, the lady who should have just left, should have just never
Had
been
no
there.
reason to be there.
Tracy Fisher apparently saw this as the perfect time to get up and run.
Oh, Tracy, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, not the brightest. And for the record, boys, if you have the choice to run or use a member of the LAPD as a bullet shield, the right decision is
Use the shield.
Body shield.
run. You're right. Good job, guys.
Nailed it, guys.
Yeah, we're
So good.
apparently we wouldn't have survived because I would have been like, I would have had the cop pulled up over me.
The second he got wounded, I would have been like, oh, cool, piggyback. Get us out of here.
Back to the Subaru.
So Fisher ran, and a round skipped underneath and caught her in the right foot, so she went to the ground pretty much immediately and then crawled back behind the patrol car.
Back so soon.
Didn't work, huh? Now, on the other side of the street was a locksmith's key shack. Now, this is the point where Joseph should try to flick his balls and hide his boner because he's about to get real turned on.
I'm prepared.
Behind the key shack were 2 detectives and 2 officers that were gathering themselves from the onslaught. Police Officer Zaborovan, Officer Guy, Detective Angeles, and Detective Krulak. Zaborovan had only been on the force for 6 weeks. And he had been struck 3 times whilst shielding Detective Angeles and was bleeding heavily. Krulak placed his hand on the young officer's shoulder and asked him if he could run. Zaborovan replied that he could, which I find hilarious because I can't imagine using a LAPD officer as a bullet shield. And then be like, are you okay?
Are you good to continue shielding me as I run away? Just bleeding from the mouth.
Yeah. I'm good. Anything for the force. Good, because I'm going to need you. Krulak and Zaborovan crouched and tried to sneak from car to car back towards the building. Larry spotted their movement amongst the Regals and targeted them. Rounds tore across and hammered through cars and whatever it found. Again, these are high-powered weapons with heavy-duty ammo. So, like you guys said, this is showering the officers with asphalt, broken glass, plastic, metal galore. It's all flying around them. Tires are deflated. Radiators spewed coolant. Krulak pointed to a doorway and, placing his hand on the young officer's shoulder, urged him toward it. Officer Guy and Detective Angeles attempted to move north through the lot, also using cars as cover. Guy moved ahead of Angeles, coming to rest against a white early 90s Dodge Caravan. Angeles was not so lucky. Caught in the open, sidearm in one hand and radio in the other, Larry spotted her and switched his fire to her. Angeles tripped, spilling both her pistol and radio. Shots kicked up the ground around her, and it seemed only a matter of time before she too was struck. But Larry spotted Krulak and Zaborovan again, and instead of seeing one officer, he saw 2, so apparently he moved his aim to the 2 officers. And Angeles was able to scramble over to find cover near Officer Guy. Zaborovan and Krulak dodged the incoming fire and hurriedly made their way to the doorway that he pointed out, which was the doorway to a nearby dentist's office. Larry continued to fire at them as they made their fucked up journey to not help, but to not fucking die across a goddamn parking lot. Moments before they reached the doorway, rounds slammed into the glass panels, shattering them, and they used that to break in. The officers did not hesitate. They crashed straight through and into the stairwell. Larry's onslaught was only 3 minutes in between the shots he had fired in the bank and those outside the ATM lobby. And by that time, he had already expended about 300 rounds.
Wow. Damn. You know, you kind of understand why those cops in Uvalde didn't rush into that school that was being shot up. I mean, this sounds scary.
You want to save kids? I didn't really sign up for that.
I mean, I'm not supposed to help people.
Can't help but like try and put myself in Larry's head in this moment. Like he's got his like slapdash, like, you know, body armor suit on and just like bullets for days, you know, like, and also how clearly, like, I don't want to say necessarily crazy because this is too easy, but just adrenaline hungry he is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
person. Whereas I have to imagine he's just like, oh, a cop, gah! Oh, 2 cops, gah! You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
just
But again, where the fuck is this movie?
Yeah. I don't know.
Really wasted opportunity.
Seriously.
It's the craziest thing because I was telling
I
Grace
imagine the
about it.
LAPD wants no part of it to exist
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
does not
No.
show them in the best
No,
light.
it does not. But I was telling Grace about it, because she was like, I don't
can
want to be
spin
alone. I was like,
anything,
well, come listen to the thing. And we're like, oh, Jamie's doing the, final part on this series. And she had no idea what I was talking about. And I'm like, are you kidding? Because I remember seeing the footage, and it was like the craziest, most badass thing I'd ever seen
Yeah.
as a kid.
It's a crazy story, and I mean, like, especially like you were saying, like
It's a hell of a movie.
set in the backdrop of post Rodney King riot, L.A., with all of these cops doing all these horrible things, and the city is just like finally starting to release this held breath of all these horrible things that have been happening, and then this starts.
Yeah.
Like this is primo stuff. We should write it. I don't know what else to do. If we can't trust Hollywood to not fuck kids and hoard their wealth in front of our faces and not make good movies, then we got to do it.
When's
Yeah,
somebody going to
that's
start
true.
their own Hollywood that's not Hollywood?
We'll make a
Yeah.
Bollywood movie.
Even better.
Making fun of the LAPD. Again,
Dude, we could get
if we
Bollywood
actually
money.
did this movie, it would not paint the LAPD in a good light.
Of course
Unless you lie
shouldn't
about
it?
a whole bunch of stuff.
Unless we wanted L.A. County to just give us a shitload of money and let us film there, and then we'd have to change all the actual reality.
Yeah, we'd have to
Or
make
we
the
go
most
to
badass,
India.
like we're the police cops.
Let's just film it in
We're
India.
the police
Film it
cops.
in India.
We could do that. Guerrilla style.
Guerrilla style. Police cops. Guerrilla style.
Right, we'll get
We
The Rock.
make
We
the
pay
movie-
him in Indian money.
Yeah.
Rupees. I think.
Rupees, yeah.
Just like The Office was originally British, and then people loved it so much they made it into American English. We make this in British, convince someone to then make it in English. So facto, we're in, boys.
Okay.
Done.
There you
Figured it
go.
out. Trademark.
Boom.
Trademark.
At 9:27, the last picture was taken of Larry now taking a break and going back to the bank. Now, inside the doorway to the dentist's office, Detective Krulak and Officer Zaborovan scrambled up the stairs. Krulak, now armed with Zaborovan's Ithaca shotgun, paused at the top of the stairs and aimed the shotgun back toward the door. Anyone with a black ski mask coming through that door was about to face a shotgun.
Picked a bad day to
So-
wear my black ski mask.
So,
It's a little crisp outside.
My cheeks are nipply.
sorry, I'm early for my 9:45 appointment.
I've got a cleaning.
Now, it might sound crazy that, that Krulak would assume that, Larry would hunt them down, like leave his position to go, Terminator style on them. But again, the LAPD at this time all thought this was going to be a hostage situation.
Yeah.
They did not know what was going to happen next. This shook them to their core, so everyone's on fucking edge. They don't know if they're there to just kill police officers or get money or whatever have you.
Yeah. Do they know that there's only 2 in the building?
No.
Okay.
Good question, because that'll come up later. Right now, they only know one gunman, or they only know 2 people for sure, but they don't know who else
Because
is
the earlier
working.
cops saw them.
Yeah,
so for
'cause
all
he's-
they know, there could be like 8 of them.
Yes, but they
Running
only
fucking-
saw 2.
Gotcha. Right.
And the news cycle hasn't come in yet. The media outlet and the media teams haven't gotten there yet. So again, like these cops are going from 0 to 100 in a matter of 30 seconds. They went from chilling to getting gunned down.
The 300 rounds of high-powered ammunition just tore this place to shreds.
So they're absolutely scared shitless. And he's holding the shotgun. And Zborvan collapsed at the top of the stairs, calling for a doctor. Aid would come in the form of Dr. Jorge Montez and his wife, Teresa Romero. Their dentistry business had been at this location for many years. And like I said, they were in the thick of the bank robbing season. I'd like you to take a wild guess at how many times this Bank of America has been robbed over the past few years.
10.
In 2 years?
Few years. Let's say 10 years.
In 10 years?
Oh, 20.
I was going to say 30.
I guess I'll go Price is Right. 1.
5.
Hey, I win.
I hate Price is Right rules. Really? Only one time in 10 years?
Yeah,
5.
5.
5.
Oh, in 5 years?
Yeah.
Still, though.
5 times
I mean, that's
in
still
10 years.
insane for a bank to get robbed 5
Yeah.
different times.
5 times in 10 years, yeah.
We just
But-
keep doing the same thing.
That's the biennial bank robbery. Is what
That's a band name.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So for them, this wasn't like the most wild day. Apparently, like they had created like the system of like, oh, we'll just lock the front door, go upstairs, lock the back door, and they'll just hide in the back room that is furthest away from the bank.
Okay.
Anyways, Zaboravan cries out for help, and Montez came close to the door to his offices, and when he opened it, he found the bloodied and wounded officer writhing on the floor. Montez set to work on the injured Zaboravan. He said he could see blood, but not where he was bleeding from. He asked him where he was hit, and Zaboravan replied his lower back. Apparently, 3 bullets had struck the rookie around the area of his gun belt. One had sliced a wound over 5 inches long across his lower back, and the second had penetrated through his hip. Montez went to work on the wound with hydrogen peroxide and gauze.
I mean,
What else you do?
that's what he's got.
I got laughing gas if you want some.
Stings!
You might have a molar that needs to be extracted. We'll focus on that later.
The wound had cut so deep to the tissues that Zaborovan's pleural cavity was exposed,
Yeah.
and there was a pressing need to get this officer to a hospital. Medical aid would be many long minutes away. I won't have enough time later to get into it, but they're trying their damnedest at one point to get an armored vehicle to go pick up people that they think are injured,
Sure.
and it takes them a while
Yeah.
to even be able to safely get this guy out.
Yeah.
Traffic.
Montez moved to Detective Krulak, who had not escaped unscathed. Somewhere in the parking lot, they had crossed Krulak, had taken either a ricochet or a piece of shrapnel to the right ankle. He asked Montez to remove it, but fearful that the piece of metal sticking out from the detective's ankle may have penetrated bone, so he opted out and said to just wait until he can get to a hospital.
Ugh. You know, of all the places to get shrapnel or a bullet, I feel like my ankle would be the last place I would want.
Ankle's a rough spot.
You know?
For all the young people out there, we had a huge phase in our middle school youth, I'd say, for Razor scooters.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, but they pitched it. It's like, oh, you could do so many tricks. But the number one trick I could land was knocking against my goddamn ankle.
Oh, yeah. Number one trick was giving yourself a hobble. That was really it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
You're like,
number
I
one
walk like
trick-
my grandpa now.
My number one trick was getting it stolen from the bigger neighborhood kids. And my parents didn't get me another one. It was
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm sure the neighborhood kids definitely got their ankles shattered by that thing.
Yeah.
I hope one of them fell on it.
Yeah, that bully definitely rolled his ankle.
Yeah. I hope it, like, you know how like the handlebars would deteriorate after time. I hope it got to a point where it deteriorated and rusted so much, then they like tripped over something and just like landed on the handlebar
Got a little bit of tetanus.
upwards. Yeah.
Impaled him.
Yeah. Lost an eye, got some tetanus.
It is funny that the Razors was so big for like a couple years, and then like 5 years later, they were like in every Goodwill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every Goodwill had at least 5 of them.
Now we have electric scooters.
And those kill people.
All the
Those are
time.
way more dangerous.
They didn't improve scooter technology at all. They just put a little motor on it.
Right. Yeah. A little motor, no suspensions.
Yeah, and then a little credit card reader.
Yeah, the thing that kills most national tourists, scooters.
Scooters.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So,
just
hey,
catch
come
a little
visit.
lip of pavement and you're dead.
Yeah. And don't worry, we're not maintaining the roads at all.
No.
And most places don't have that many wide sidewalks for you.
No. You're not even allowed on the sidewalk.
No?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
You're supposed to be in the road.
within traffic.
What was it? Isn't the law you're supposed to wear a helmet and be in the road?
Yeah.
Neither of those apply.
Yeah, neither of those ever happen, but people just get hit. Anyway, remaining officers had quickly realized that they were not outnumbered, but they were severely outmatched. On top of that, officers continued to flood into the area, trying to form small groups wherever they deemed it safe. Not exactly the best idea, considering that, they hear that there's automatic gunfire, and all of them are wielding nothing more than a 9mm.
Yeah.
Also, the idea to clump up is maybe not the best.
Not one police officer brought their shotgun.
Well, a lot of the shotguns that they had, or none of the shotguns that they had, could do any damage at the distance.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And if they get any closer, deck.
Because I believe the distance was almost 300 feet.
growing.
I think it was like 271 feet.
It's happening.
Like from where they're at the bank to where the closest officers
Yeah.
are.
Okay.
So because the type of shotgun and the shells that they were using were all supposed to be close range, and that 300 feet wouldn't put a dent.
Yeah. No slugs.
Especially
apparently.
with their armor.
Yeah, especially with their armor.
Because then you're just basically rattling pellets against them.
Yeah,
Pepper them up a little bit.
Yeah.
just pepper.
Pepper.
Then
It's the
when
only
we
spice that us whites like.
then when we get in there, we'll assault them.
Nice.
That was good. That was good. I like
Thank
that.
Give them that little paprika.
Oddly enough, command and control of these officers in these early minutes was non-existent, and they still kept coming in.
You don't say. What's going on? What are you guys doing? We should huddle together in big groups. Wasn't one cop that was in Nam that was like, hey, stop. What we're doing is
Spread
stupid.
out and hide.
I think there were a couple people that actually were in Nam that were in this situation, but I guess they were just smart. The first one was the police helicopter pilot. He was from Nam, or he went in Nam.
Oof.
Yeah, so to him, this is just like, I've seen this.
Tuesday.
I mean, hey, chopper pilot in Nam, notoriously chill dude. He's probably keeping it together pretty well.
That's weird. I disagree. My godfather was a chopper pilot in Nam.
Oh, and was he unstable?
Massively.
You don't say.
Right. Yeah. At least I don't have any trees shooting at me.
They got angry trees out there. In Nam.
Yeah.
They did. They really did.
Ass trees, man.
So 2.5 minutes after returning to the bank's interior and discarding 3 empty ammunition drums, like I said, each drum has about 100 rounds in it.
Damn.
So he clears 300 and then some from his next drum. Larry swung the door open. He stepped out into the ATM lobby, allegedly dragging one of the handles of the duffel bag that Emil had loaded with money. Emil was on the other end of the bag, kicking it through the doorway. If the LAPD thought devastation up to now was bad, like I said, Joseph Flick
couldn't
wouldn't
bend over to pick up the other side of the handle. just kick it out.
Joseph Flick one of your testicles now, because you're gonna get hard, knowing that it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets any better.
Hell yeah.
By 9:30 a.m., both gunmen were now outside. Larry and Emil would remain active in the ATM lobby for a little under 2 minutes, but it was enough time for them to take another 2 LAPD officers out of the fight. Both men would exchange firing positions at least once. Going back to Guy and Angeles, were separated approximately 15 feet again after they came under fire, which is still kind of wild because, Angeles almost lost her life the first time.
Yeah.
You have a 3-minute gateway where there's no shooter. If it were up to me, I'd be like, time to get as far as fucking possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Try to figure out something else to do.
Yeah.
No, they stayed put.
What are your demands? More bullets.
Back to Zaborovan. He was apparently avoiding and ignoring all the radio protocol because, he's just gotten shot the fuck up.
Bleeding out in a dentist's office.
Stewart Guy was unable to move, though, and he was told to move, but he squatted with his back pressed to the rear bumper of the white Dodge Caravan, who, coincidentally, the vehicle was owned by the doctor, Jorge Montez, that was shooting his partner.
Oh, okay.
So, maybe helping the officer was good karma. Probably not, because his car was getting shot the fuck up at this point. Nobody knows who the shooter was that hit him, although one of the ATM photographs does show Emil firing in that general direction, and Guy took a round to the right thigh, the bullet eviscerating a large chunk of flesh above his knee as it exited. Guy is known as saying, "My leg went up in the air like a rag doll."
Oh, my God.
Wait, he lost his leg?
No, the force.
It just came through.
Yeah, it just came out. Yeah, he said
him?
he couldn't control it.
Like the little hammer at the doctor's
Yeah,
office.
yeah, right.
That's brutal.
Jorge Montez saw Guy later, and he said, "He reminded me of the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz."
Damn.
Didn't have a
Angeli
brain?
said his pants were smoking like
He's
they
a
were
cop.
on fire, and there was a huge hole. Yeah.
Big hole.
Yeah.
The force,
Wow.
Some
what
are
a
bigger
hole.
than others. I mean, that's,
The force of the impact lifted Guy off of his feet, depositing him on his backside. Quick thinking saw him rip up his gun belt and use it as a makeshift tourniquet.
Okay.
There you go.
wow, good for him.
That's smart.
Angeles was wounded in the buttocks with shrapnel.
You got shot in the ass.
She got shot in the ass.
Something leapt up and bit me.
Essentially, she just tries to lay as still as possible, trying to lay down any gunfire, getting nowhere fast. And they're just trying to hold them in place until SWAT teams can arrive.
Jesus Christ, SWAT's not even there yet.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's incredible.
I don't have enough time to get into everything, but SWAT is I'll put it. There's certain places in my script where I SWAT's starting to put stuff together. SWAT is on their way.
Yeah.
But comically enough, SWAT gets caught up in traffic.
Come on!
I told you we shouldn't have taken the 10.
Turn the siren. Turn the siren
I was
on.
literally about to say, it's like, Jesus Christ, have you not had the siren on? I was like, oh, shit, sorry.
Fuck,
Siren's out of batteries.
it's on E. Do you guys mind if we? Never mind. We'll make it. We'll make it there. We'll make it there.
Right. I need to find a map code.
The exterior engagement was now only 7 minutes in. And after less than 2 minutes of firing at anyone who dared to show a head from behind cover, the duo made the decision to finally leave the ATM of Clove. By doing this, they must have believed that escape was possible. The police knew it was. Given their movement from a secured building into an open environment, it made what happened in the next phase at first glance rather confusing to them. Officer Edward Bretlinger said if they had wanted to get away at that point, they could have just drove out of the parking lot.
Wild.
Okay.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. Because all the
Just
officers,
straight to Mexico.
they could have just left.
Yeah.
I'll bring this up more and more,
Montenegro?
but they could, again, it is they're
No.
I liked it.
the officers are so baffled by what's going on because they're like, this is actually working. Like this crazy, insane plan of theirs is actually working. SWAT's not here. We're heavily outgunned. We have no idea of what to do other than to duck and hide.
They just had to push.
And they could have just left at this point.
So it's like at this point, it's a weird combination of dumb luck and actually suppressing them in a surprisingly effective way.
Yes.
Like I have to assume from the cops' perspective, they're like, holy shit, they're actually doing a good job at distancing themselves and getting us into a position of cover in which we can't actually surround and cover in the way that we need to.
Yes. So
That's
at
wild.
this point, the police are like, these guys are geniuses.
Tactical geniuses.
They outsmarted us.
Yeah.
200 feet away, behind the two destroyed cruisers in the southbound lane of Laurel Canyon Boulevard, Whitfield and Haynes made a life or death situation. A decision that could very well have cost them their own lives, but one that they believe would protect others.
They sent in the golden retriever.
Dog, go!
This is Air Bud. SWAT Bud.
SWAT bud.
Airbud 9, SWAT buddies.
SWAT Buddies.
Instead of Air Bud, it's AR Bud, and they just give him an AR-15.
Woof! He kills with the best of them.
He's a good boy.
Tagline is he kills with the best of them.
Knowing that the gunmen were advancing on them, they made the decision that they were going to draw gunfire away from civilians and towards them. So they stood and ran. It is unknown which of the gunmen, it may have possibly been both, but saw their movement and gunfire streaked after the fleeing officers. Officer Martin Whitfield clearly remembers that he was running as fast as he could, and he could hear the impact of rounds striking the asphalt behind him.
Sure.
Phillips slung the money bag over his left shoulder, tucking his Norinco into the crook of his elbow, and had left the ATM lobby and walked northbound down the path adjacent to the sidewalk, where they had entered by some 13 minutes earlier. As he walked, he continued to fire towards Haynes and Whitfield. Emil went down on one knee in the alcove, bracing his rifle against the wall, and laid down, suppressing fire for Larry. In the next few seconds, several elements all occurred within seconds of each other. But at this very same time, media helicopters were starting to close in on the scene.
How is this not a goddamn movie? Jesus.
Again, they're not there yet, but now you can hear all of this on the police scanners of everything that's going on. So News Channel 5, News Channel 4, they're like, go, fucking go.
Get the footage now.
I love that
Yes.
the news shows up before SWAT does, though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Because they have helicopters.
They have to get the story.
I doubt we'll have time, but we really should, as a group, film us and getting the raw reactions of the footage to this.
We'll do a Patreon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, if you want to watch the footage of this madness with us and watch our live reactions, follow us on our Patreon.
Patreon.
Come on, you cheap bastards. You want to see it.
You want to see us react to stuff.
But with the recording equipment at full zoom, the news teams are starting to be able to record the first few seconds of what would turn out to be one of the most horrific gunfights ever caught on live television. Again, this is what Grant has said. He grew up with this. This was on live television, which is
awesome.
wild.
It was so awesome.
You watched this?
Yes, it was so
No
awesome.
shit.
Funny enough, I don't know why I find this so funny, but the news team that was there first was the news team.
Was it Ron Burgundy?
Cameraman and reporter duo Jorge Vieira and Juan Guerra from Telemundo.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
First on the
really
site.
Who was Telemundo and Anchorman? Like when they did
Oh, yeah.
when they had the big battle royale.
Yeah. That was Anchorman 2, right?
It was the first.
No, it was the first
It was the
one.
first one.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it Ben Stiller?
I think so.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah. He was Telemundo. Yeah.
Guerra and Vieira entered the huge supermarket from the rear lot and crossed the shop floor, pushing open the electric doors that had been disabled by the staff when the gunfight started. They ventured forward into the lot, moving toward the first few row of vehicles, and at that point, they had no idea how close they were. They were apparently only 275 feet away from the gunman at this point.
Damn.
Wow.
They were very lucky. 300 feet to the north of the news crew, an entirely different story was unfolding. Both gunmen knew exactly where two officers were and once again firing multiple rounds at them. Haynes reached the trees lining the west side of Laurel Canyon Boulevard, and Whitfield charged on, trying to create more distance between himself and the approaching gunman. He reached the tree that was to be his only cover for the next 20 minutes. And believing he had tripped over exposed tree roots or uneven paving, or he looked down and he saw a massive wound through his right thigh.
I feel like that's where I'd rather get shot.
I don't know. It's a lot of
talking about
muscle and
earlier.
ligament there.
Yeah,
I was thinking about the kneecap, man. Like that's
Kneecap's hard.
that's tough. I mean, that's bone.
That's a forever.
Yeah.
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 But apparently he gotten hit in his upper thigh, and it shattered between 4 and 6 inches of his femur.
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Nope.
Again, these are insane bullets. These guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are insane. Like,
launching.
Yeah.
look at your thigh right now and imagine 4 to 6 inches, basically your palm,
I'd rather not. It's kind of fair.
like the bone. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's through.
I mean, they're just spraying those bullets, and they're so massive.
You're just
It
going into
yeah.
shock while
Right.
looking at your fucking thigh meat, just
That's the thing. It's
Yeah,
like
he
you're-
probably didn't
you're
even feel it
lucky if
because he was
goes down.
running and he said he tripped. He didn't say he tripped on, like, or he fell because of his injury.
He thought he tripped, yeah.
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 He says he tripped.
probably could have kept running if he didn't trip.
Exactly. So I'm thinking like that happened and he's just such in pure shock. He doesn't know
100%.
what's going on.
Yeah. Adrenaline is like a pretty insane drug.
It's a hell of a fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
Martin Whitfield, the 6-year veteran of the, is it Van Nuys?
Van Nuys.
Been nice.
Van Nuys station, apparently was liked by many of his colleagues, always on hand with a joke, and was a father of 3, slid down the tree, trying to position the trunk between himself and the gunman as he collapsed. Not satisfied with injuring the officer, one or both of the gunmen continued to fire repeatedly at Whitfield, striking the tree he was desperately trying to shelter behind.
It reminds
Damn.
me of like Looney Tunes. they shoot a silhouette.
He's like holding his breath, so he the tree covers him more.
And then he like lets out like the.
So yeah, he's just like, please fucking God, let me fucking live.
Please make this
for
stop.
20 minutes.
That's crazy.
Behind Haynes's cruiser was still Michael Horn, Tracy Fisher, and Barry Golding, all huddled together, tight as can be, now with no one to protect them. The only hope was that Emil and Larry would either forget about them or, better yet, just assume that they were dead. Tracy Fisher even said, "We all wanted to run for it, but I kept saying, no, stay here. Let's not move. If they don't see movement, they'll think we're dead."
Just play dead. Play dead.
Which makes sense because she tried to run and got shot in the foot.
Yeah. And these
So-
people are so keyed up on adrenaline. If they see something run, they're not going to stop and think, is this a cop or a civilian? They're just going to shoot.
100%.
By now, Larry has a duffel bag. If you remember, the amount of money that they had so far totaled at $303,305.
Right. Which they got from the burger boxes.
Yes, but
Burger
they
box.
thought they were going to get, which they thought they were going to get way more because they had planned for what the biggest drop of the day for the biggest bank in North Hollywood
Right.
to be there. So they were expecting something closer to about $3 million.
Yeah.
So they were not very happy. Now, apparently, Larry looked into the bag and saw that there were detonated dye packs.
Furious.
He's not happy.
Hold on. Can I, may I?
Yes.
That's what I would have done.
You see him still try to hold on to the money, but after he looks in, you can tell that he very much loses interest in the duffel bag.
It's tainted.
Sure.
He did not
Can't spend blue money.
can't spend blue money, and on top of that, he's so keyed up on adrenaline, well, they both are, that they didn't notice that the money was actually far from ruined. Most of it, some of it was unusable, but most of the money was already bricked, which is when it's wrapped into plastic wrappers.
Oh, so yeah, you're
So
good.
he's fine.
But they didn't see that.
Yeah.
They were too hopped up on all the adrenaline, the benzos, and everything.
Well, also, like, I mean, you have to think about their visibility and their, like, masks. Or
That
their,
is
the
true.
helmets that they're
Yeah.
wearing and stuff, you know what I mean?
I did not take that news out. That's, yeah, very keen. But yeah, they don't see it. And so for the most part, he's just like, I'll
Fuck
take
this.
it,
Yeah.
but we're probably going to have to dump it. But later, they pretty much just don't give a shit about the
Yeah.
money anymore.
Yeah. It's all gone tits up anyway.
Yeah. Well, not yet to them. Because again, if they left right now, they'd be in the clear.
Yeah, that's true.
Larry moves north, apparently unseen by any cameras, but spotted by several officers, while Emil remained low and laying down relatively inaccurate covering fire. What's funny is, after a lot of investigations on how everything happened, one thing that keeps coming up is Emil's apparently a pretty shitty shot,
Okay.
which you would think he'd be much better at, considering he was the one that was supposed to be like the gun guy.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, didn't he practice a lot?
He should.
I know
Supposedly he
practiced,
practiced
like,
a lot,
cleaning his gun
and
a
he was
lot.
cleaning guns and had the most experience working on guns.
He was just
Interesting.
bad at it.
Yeah. In fact, that becomes part of the demise later.
Okay.
Apparently, Emil just seems like he sucks at a lot of things in life.
Yeah, he
But-
gives off that energy.
I feel
Yeah,
like that's kind of how he got here.
yeah, but like
Yeah, he's not doing well.
I'll tell you more later. But like he fucks up the guns. Yeah,
Okay.
that's another part of the demise. Anyway, Larry turns right into the parking lot, and after dropping the money bag by the passenger door of the Chevy Celebrity, like I said, their escape vehicle is a station wagon.
Yep.
Right.
Very sexy. And he moves to the trunk and retrieved another belt rig, which is he has belts ready of extra magazines and drum rolls.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So he drops the first one, and then grabs another. The Celebrity is parked between an Acura and some other car. I can't remember exactly what it is, but that becomes kind of like their bullet shields for some time. And he spent the next 22 minutes operating from this location. With the forced change of location came a change of dynamics. Within the ATM lobby, Larry and Emil very much had the upper hand. Not just in terms of firepower, but they had the solid walls to their left and to the right, and a very few simple rearward steps around them concealed from most officers from the north and south of the bank. The choice to engage had rested solely with the gunmen, yet once in the north lot, they surrendered that choice and became subject to being engaged from multiple angles. This is another bad point where now police can come in from all angles.
Gotcha.
Before they had the upper hand, now they're kind of putting themselves in a really dumb position to really kind of hole up.
Right.
Those that would say that Larry and Emil went to this job looking only to confront responding police units must remember that from a tactical viewpoint, being holed up in the bank would have made way more sense. Yet dwindling ammunition resources forced the move to the open ground. Had they been in just there for a firefight, would it have made more sense to take the ammunition stored in the Celebrity into the bank with them? Again, they are not thinking things through.
Yeah.
Larry dropped the belt rig with the now empty West German Tiger Stripe pouches at the front wheel of the Acura close by, which was, funny enough, the first guy that they grabbed from the ATM and pushed into the bank. And he moved to the northeast corner of the bank, knowing there was a drive-through teller lane there, and knew that was the perfect place for police to flank him. Larry had apparently done his homework on the location, and in fact, funny enough, the bank had reported to the FBI on the 21st of February that they believed that they had been cased out by a random person. And on the 23rd of February, the FBI collected footage from the security cameras, and nothing more has ever been seen or heard following up that incident.
Other than a lot of tartar sauce. And they realized
Shrimp
it
tails.
must have been a meal.
It's a whole pile of shrimp tails. How did we miss this?
Emil moved from the ATM lobby, following the same path of Larry's. As he made the right-hand turn into the north lot, he was struck in the right eye by a bullet fired from his left-hand side. The bullet struck Emil, a glancing blow, tearing a 5/8-inch wound open centrally between the right eyebrow and right upper lid.
Damn.
So, very lucky shot.
Just missed that eye.
Yeah. The effect on Emil was immediate. He dropped to one knee at the hood of the celebrity and clasped his head with a gloved hand. We now have media footage of him like basically covering his hand, and they knew that it was a bloody wound because when he put his hand down on the Chevy celebrity, they saw blood.
Right.
This was kind of the first situation of like, if Predator line, love Predator. Predator's one of the best movies of all time. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah.
So now they're starting to see, okay, maybe we've got a shot in hell to get these guys down.
Also, not for nothing, but you know that phrase like you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn?
Yes, I do.
That's whoever just shot at Emil.
Same foghorn.
Like, come on, man. Like, you just. Come on, man. You just shot at the biggest guy there. And you just grazed him.
Right. Yeah. Aim small, miss small. Not aim big.
Center mass.
Right. Aim big, miss big.
Yep.
Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
The wound, whilst in no way was life-threatening, must have been a huge shock to Emil because he had come within a whisker of losing his life. Apparently, if it would have been like a half inch in any other direction, it would have been dead.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
And again, he's fresh out of surgery. His heart is racing. His mind is racing. And for most of the
The exact opposite of what his doctor probably
his doctor,
told him.
exactly, yes. His doctor was like, I want you to take it easy.
Take it easy. No strenuous activity.
Yeah.
Veggies and rest, okay?
Veggie tails and rest.
And most people would say the game right now that the Boiz are playing is a game of survival. But for Emil, I don't even think it is. I think Emil is just, I think he's given up personally. You'll see like more instances like, why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you do that? Or like, he's just freestyling, but I think internally he has given up.
Yeah.
Like this, I think the eye shot really shook him.
Right.
Because I think he was like, well, I'm pretty invincible. And then this thing.
Almost died. Almost died.
Almost like copy, man.
Died.
It's real. This isn't a game. It's real.
Yeah, like I'll get into it more, but I think this is the point where it's like, I want to go home now.
Right.
Yeah.
Shortly after Emil was struck a second time, a bullet hissed across the inside of his right calf.
Stings.
The choreography of the wounds, you can see that Emil stayed at the hood of the celebrity for 12 seconds before disappearing inside the car. His desire to partake in this fight, seems to fade entirely. For the next 20 minutes, he doesn't fire one bullet or engage in the police.
He just sits in the celebrity?
Yeah, he's just like,
At least start it up and leave, dog. What are they doing? Awesome. Come on.
Larry, on the other hand, is on a different planet. He either didn't notice that Emil was in the celebrity or didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was still
He's a hog in heaven, baby.
Yeah.
You know? Or pig hell.
Hey.
He was still lurking around. Son of a bitch.
Some bitch.
Sorry.
Come on, Pooter.
He was still looking around at the northeastern corner. It was in this small sphere that Phillips or Larry would operate for several minutes, firing upon and being fired upon by multiple officers. He would be struck multiple times by police gunfire at this location and sustained at least 3 more wounds, and on 2 occasions nearly put down for good.
Oof. Damn.
Again, the police are like, okay, we might have a chance. Just keep hitting him with whatever we got. Which is, again, the 9mm aren't able to pierce the bulk of the armor.
They'll slow him down.
It at least hits them.
It's blunt force trauma.
It still hurts. Right.
Yeah. And then if they get lucky, maybe it'll like the bullet will find it like in one of the weak spots of their armor.
And it's not impenetrable. I mean, eventually it gets damaged enough you can get through it.
Mm-hmm. What Larry could not have known, although he may very well could have had a fair guess at this point, is just how many officers were closing the net around him. In the skies above, now in the next few minutes, 5 different media helicopters would get on their position.
Damn.
That is not including the 6th helicopter, which is the police helicopter. So they're all just flying around, just being like, this shit is crazy.
He's right there.
The police helicopter's like, fucking move! There's too many copters.
Just Channel 5 News. And if you look around here, light rain, 20%. And now back to Emil in the sky. It's fucked up out here!
Holy shit. I feel like I'm back in Nam. I'm gonna do a barrel roll.
And now back to the news. At ground level, and so far undetected by Larry, officers were getting closer, far too close. It is in 2 particular rear yards of the Agnes Avenue that we now turn our attention. Approaching through the rear yard near a telegraph pole with different officers and detectives, and Larry had now paying close attention to the drive-through teller lane, was peeking around the corner several times, just basically like now he's starting to realize he's getting surrounded.
Yeah.
So now he's like having to peek through, having to turn around.
Look at all angles from every direction because he's out of the bank. I mean, they're kind of trapped when they're in the bank, but at least they have a spot to hide in. They have something to put their back against. He's just out there now.
Yeah, like I said, now they're in the open. Now they have, he is.
His ass is hanging in the wind.
Like I said, he knows the bank teller lane. He knows that's the perfect place to flank him.
Yeah.
And so he's constantly like, oh, there's these guys, but I need to make sure they're not going to fuck me up over here. With his attention being diverted slightly to the southeast bank, officers Bancroft and Harley at the bank's perimeter, only 68 feet away from him.
Ooh.
Oof.
Dangerous territory.
That is not a long distance.
Took advantage and started to fire upon him. This would become the police tactic for several minutes to follow. A deadly game of distraction whilst hoping a round would find its mark and take the masked gunman out of the fight. Officer Brentlinger, who had parked his vehicle diagonally across the eastbound lane of Archwood Street, moved to the bank's eastern boundary wall. He would unload 27 shots in Larry's direction, several of them hitting their target, none of them seemingly having any effect. Larry does not immediately appear to have returned fire, choosing instead to crouch in front of the tan Ford Explorer. That was the other vehicle, the tan Ford Explorer.
Okay.
And then there's the Acura. So he's parked between 2 cars.
Right.
Occasionally lifting himself to peek through the windshield. At one point, Larry waved in Emil's direction. From his vantage point, he could see that the driver's door of the Celebrity was ajar by several inches.
Get the fuck out of the car and help me.
Yeah. Either start it and drive over here or come over here yourself and help me shoot these cops.
So it's not, apparently there wasn't great communication. They can't really talk to each other. They really should have thought of something to communicate, but they did not.
I mean, maybe hand signals.
Something.
You know? They had comms back then.
Over here. Gun.
Shoot,
now.
shoot. DACA, DACA, DACA.
Thank you.
But we can safely assume that he is not aware that Emil had been shot and was either in shock or ready to leave or both.
Or low blood sugars. Who knows?
I low blood sugars. I legit think that's part of it, but he's probably sitting in the car. He's just shut down. He doesn't.
so too.
He doesn't have anything.
He has that moment where he's like, "What the fuck was I doing?
Yeah,
we are done,
and like
this is it."
If you get out of there, what do you go back to your wife that hates you? You know, like what do you have to live for?
Yeah. A wife that did not visit you in the hospital when you were dying.
Even once, even one time,
right.
Shit would not stand on ER.
Officers Bancroft and Harley.
Grace?
On Grey's Anatomy? I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but I'll report back.
Where was I? decided an extremely dangerous course of action. They kept popping above the top of the wall and firing at the squatting gunmen. Bancroft recalls seeing Larry clothing basically the rounds as they hit. So I guess he would like feel like if he was safe or not.
Yeah.
But they said that he still would not go down. Larry turned to his right, shouldering his rifle, and let loose toward the two detectives. He would then turn his back on the detective's position and move back toward the celebrity. After only a couple of steps, he noticed Brentlinger at the north end of the lot, and once again shouldering his weapon, he sidestepped to his position between the Acura and the celebrity, firing off between 40 to 50 rounds in a northeastern direction in controlled 3 to 5 round bursts. Brentlinger and his cruiser were the target. Meanwhile, the LA SWAT team is finally getting themselves together.
So what I miss?
No, they're not there yet. They're just still getting it
They're
together.
still not there yet?
No.
Meanwhile, SWAT's waiting for.
people!
Apparently,
Meanwhile, SWAT's waiting for a left turn arrow. Okay, the crosswalk's about to go.
apparently they're also trying to decide what guns to use because it's green! It's green! Go!
Go, baby, go!
I just turned yellow. That means we have to wait.
Apparently they're trying to decide which guns and ammo to use
The big ones.
because they're scared that if they use something too big that they can put more civilians and casualties at risk.
Okay.
I
Don't
guess.
use the bazooka then.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what are you talking about?
But I want to use the bazooka. Don't use the bazooka. But it'll kill them.
We're so late. You have to put the bazooka back down and grab the M16s. I don't know what to, come on.
You just see me run around the corner. Luna, what'd you grab? What would you think I grabbed?
I grabbed the hand grenade.
There's an emergency, so I got the RPG.
Yeah, my emergency hand grenade.
Now, is it the small side that shoots forward or the big side?
Yeah, it's like Anchorman. It's like, where'd you get that grenade?
It's just loud. Brick killed somebody.
I killed a guy with a trident.
Now back to Larry. Larry is unloading magazine after magazine clip and takes a small break. The Norinco had held loosely by its pistol grip in his right hand and was swinging it by his side. In footage, he looks agitated and unsure of what to do next. He slowly moved to his left and back in front of the Acura and back in the firing line of the officers positioned at the Del Taco restaurant across the street. The first round had hit him flush in his chest, striking him on the left-hand side of his steel trauma plate and inserted in the front of his Rabintech vest. In the time it took him to bend at the waist, certainly winded, 3 more shots impacted the bank wall behind him, all hitting slightly high and left of their intended target. For the next 25 seconds, he stayed down on one knee behind the front of the Acura, whilst both fishing out another drum magazine from his pouch and watching through the windshield for the officer who had managed to get a shot at an extreme distance on target. He finally stood up, throwing the drum magazine on the Acura's hood with one hand, and he raised the rifle with the other. Eventually, he fired back at the Del Taco officers. Meanwhile, outside of the immediate conflict zone, an exterior perimeter was starting to come together. Major surface streets on the north side, Victory on the south, Lancashire to the east, were now seeing heavy police presence. If the bandits were trying to get out, they would run into substantial roadblocks. The big problem was, and like I said, one reason why they picked the bank was the myriad of interconnecting residential streets, and there was just no way the LAPD could seal them all off in time. Local schools went into lockdown. At least 10 locked their doors and drew the blinds, and some of the children weren't actually released from their schools till 8 p.m. that night.
That's a nightmare for the school kids.
Remember, this happened at 9-something in the morning.
Sure.
They were in lockdown for 11 hours. Burbank Airport, 2.5 miles to the east of the firefight, had its air traffic rerouted so as not to pass over the gunfire. A citywide
Just somebody in the window.
Holy shit, dude.
Mommy. What, honey?
Wait till the folks in Des Moines hear about this.
A citywide tackler had been on broadcast, and so now all officers were now aware of the unusual occurrence and were on moment's notice to being drafted into the area by the communication divisions via request of the incident commander. And again, right now, SWAT is stuck in traffic.
That's so bizarre to me.
This is the longest red light I've ever been at.
Yeah, go ahead. Merge.
Yeah.
Merge. Fine.
It's a zipper, guys.
Right.
Here we go. Come on.
Stuck behind a train. That shit takes forever.
There's nothing worse.
God, it's so annoying.
The train on 4th is it's so bad.
Dude, the
The,
train
West,
on
the
4th.
Wedgwood Houston train is always the worst one.
It's
Yeah.
so bad.
The train at
go
near
around
my
it.
house is fucking what road is that? Yeah, I always have it's by the Tennessee
the
Quick
Gavick.
Cash. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Gavick
yeah.
train.
Terrible.
Just gotta go around it.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always
around
go
that
around.
one. That one's not bad.
The
The
one on-
Wedgwood Houston one is like,
There's a point of
insufferable.
no return though with the Wedgwood Houston
that is
one.
true.
If
Yes.
you get
Yeah, that's
if you make that turn before the graveyard, you can get around it. But if
Yeah.
you don't, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just there.
So apparently there was a local gun store nearby, and the cops are just like, we're so fucked. And
I
apparently,
know what we'll do.
So they go to the gun store.
Grab some gun nuts.
They start pounding on the gun store door.
Is there a Dale Gribble type in here?
What are you looking for?
The workers aren't sure if it's the gunman or if it's Larry and Emil or the cops. They don't know, so they don't answer. And then the cops are like, "No, but seriously, we need the guns, please!" And they're just keep So after a couple minutes,
That's incredible.
That is really funny.
again, the store doesn't open till 11. It's 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So they're like, we don't have to open the doors for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck all this. And it's a gun store, so it has great security.
Yeah.
They're not trying to get robbed. And if you are trying to rob a gun store, God help you.
Yeah.
Right.
Bad choice.
Yeah.
That or a pawn shop. You don't rob a pawn shop. No. Those motherfuckers are ready to go.
They want you to rob them.
Yeah. Right. They have
Actually,
a
yeah.
fucking 357 taped to the underside of the counter that they're just desperate to pull on you.
Yeah.
Their ex-wife has called again for the alimony, and they're like, I just need some release.
Just one day.
Just let me, please.
Today is that day.
They finally let the police in, and the police are like, we need the guns. And they're like, we're not giving you the guns. Like, at first they'd say no. So the police eventually get the owner of the gun store, and then the owner eventually calls the workers and just says, just give them whatever they want or need.
Wow.
Actually, no, it was a staff member that called one of the store's owners, Bob Kahn, and Kahn instructed them to hand over whatever the officers needed, which ended up being 5 Colt Sporters and 2 Remington Model 1187 shotguns, along with a number of filled magazines.
So they didn't go for the rifle.
I was about to say, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, they didn't really pick great guns, but also they didn't have fully automatic rifles.
Well, no,
Because
but
you
you,
can't-
but you
Doesn't
still
matter,
like
just get a fucking rifle.
right.
You would think they
Yeah.
would have got at least a hunting rifle or
Yeah.
something.
right.
That
So
would've
that
been-
you can shoot from a distance accurately.
Yeah.
That doesn't have a spread.
No
Like,
one-
the previous problem they had with their own shotguns.
Right.
No one
Remember
in-
when they had issues with the guns they already had?
I know. We'll get more shotguns.
No one in this story is really thinking that hard. It feels like,
I feel like that's probably why we don't have the movie.
yeah. I feel like this is a series of dumb errors.
Well, my theory behind this is I feel as though like one of the workers was like, well, if you want to get rid of the guy, this is what I would use. Have any of you guys ever gone hunting before? And then just crickets.
Yeah, and they're all like,
Have any of you guys ever shot a gun like this?
Define hunting.
I've gone hunting for minorities.
What's it called? Opposite of Larry's position in the north lock ground, media crews were moving into positions super, like perilously close to the gunman. Photographers Mike Meadows and Gene Blevins and the Telemundo crew of cameraman Juan Huerta and reporter Jorge Vieira all found themselves in the valley of the plaza parking lot. Literally, apparently, a stone's throw away. The Telemundo crew would catch a total of 11 minutes of the North Law engagement, much of it within 250 feet of Larry, who had initially mistakenly identified as a SWAT officer. Meadows and especially Blevins would capture some iconic photographs.
So this is a big day for Telemundo.
Yeah, Telemundo's killing it right now.
Telemundo's crushing it.
Four media helicopters circled high above the bank. Fifth was just entering the airspace from the south and was busy searching for the bank when something strange occurred. All four helicopters at the scene appeared to have a significant break in footage that lasts an undetermined period of time, potentially up to 3 minutes. Only footage from the fifth helicopter remains as it approached the scene. Unfortunately, that footage has no research value due to the distance it was filmed from. The next chronologically available piece of footage available shows Larry having walked out in full view of all the officers that had been firing at him, made his way to the rear of the Chevy, whilst he had reloaded the Norinco rifle with a fresh drum magazine and laid the rifle inside the trunk and retrieved a replacement, the Heckler & Koch Model 91. Cook model, sorry.
No,
Cook model.
It's cock. It is cock model right now.
The cameras picked Larry up again, standing casually and in full view of anyone who cared to take a shot at him. Now he's by the driver's door of the celebrity. He pawed at the door to open several times with his left hand, seemingly intent on talking to his cohort. He turned slightly to his right, facing north again, and pushed his whole arm inside the car as if to possibly retrieve something being handed to him when he was struck again by police fire. Injuries from the shot are unknown, but there is a possibility that he was struck in his right arm, a bullet that both entered and exited and exposed an unarmored outside edge of his bicep.
Damn.
He immediately returned to the front of the Acura, looking north, presumably at the Del Taco officers who it is believed who had fired upon him. After yet another quick check that the tail lane to his right was clear, he took station in front of the Explorer, and for the moment he stood, no longer using its engine block as cover. Someone to the northeast took 2 shots at him. Both impacted the side window of the Explorer almost simultaneously, and the first ricocheted through the windshield and struck the roofline of the bank. The second caught Larry in his stomach. Again, he was saved by his body armor, but if it was not clear to him before that it must have becoming more obvious by the second that they needed to leave.
They still haven't started the car.
Yeah. So Emil's still just sitting there.
He's still just sitting there.
Chilling hard.
What do I do? Oh, my arm!
He said
Oh,
about
like just a gut check.
20 minutes. Like, that's
Is he checking Instagram or
that's
something?
the craziest long 20 minutes ever.
I
Like,
gotta
that's
put this on my
insane.
feed. Hold on, Emil, I'm making a reel. Emil's just like,
Oh, sorry. Instead of initiating the exit they so desperately needed to attend to, he resumed his favorite position on one knee by the engine block of the Explorer, and after only a few seconds, suddenly turned the 308 Cal semi-auto rifle skyward. In his sights, one of the helicopters from CBS channel KCAL 9. Bob Petit soon realized that they were being targeted, and the chopper backed off, but not before Phillips had fired close to 30 rounds in their direction. Yeah.
Damn.
Which really shows where his head is at. He should be focused on getting the fuck out,
you
Yeah.
would think.
finding cover, getting Emil to turn the car on. Anything.
To do anything.
They know we're talking about him.
Uh-oh.
But he's so worked up, he's shooting at the media helicopters. Larry, in front of the Explorer, now did something that looked quite puzzling at first glance.
Wait, Larry's shooting at the media helicopters?
Yeah. Carrying the Heckler & Koch 91, not the Cook, the Koch,
The cock.
which was only fed by box magazines, he pulled out yet another AKM drum magazine from a pouch on his waist. He unloaded the H&K magazine and took a knee again. At first glance, it appears he was confused, intent on loading a magazine into the rifle that was clearly not designed for it and would never be able to operate it. Yet, it's some people say it's speculation that he was just planning ahead to hop between both guns. Which I don't know if you're carrying a rifle, changing ammo for two different guns.
Yeah.
Again, it's going back like
It works in an action movie.
Right.
What are you talking about?
it worked on Call of
I'm more
Duty.
accurate. I'm more accurate if I shoot like this.
I tape the guns together, and then I can just hold them like this and shoot.
I call it quad gun.
Quad gun.
That's just two guns taped together.
Quad gun.
But you've like the tape has actually affected how you can pull the trigger.
Quad gun.
But it's in effect.
Emil, if you're not going to help, stop criticizing.
Now, back to Emil. Emil apparently picks up on the police scanner that they had from Radio Shack that SWAT has finally got on the scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, SWAT team.
Hey, what did we miss?
Emil turns the car on.
Now he turns the car on?
Oh, shit, SWAT's here.
Well, I'm out of lives on Candy Crush.
That really got me.
He puts the Chevy in reverse.
90 seconds. Fine.
Fine.
And apparently he's trying to signal for Larry to just get in. At this point, again, they were in a gunfight. The
Wait,
Chevy
when?
Celebrity did not come out unscathed. Two of the tires are already flat
Oh, my God.
and taking on more gunfire.
Oh, man, they're just riding on rims.
Taking this vehicle any distance at all would be impossible, and they would have to acquire a replacement within a couple of miles at most. And they're still just like, we got to get out of here in this thing.
God, they're so fucking dumb.
Before they could escape,
Is the jack still in the back seat? No, I made room for all the guns and ammo.
Larry had one more task to complete. He wanted to swap rifles again. And in doing so, one of the small singular events that would really just... Again, these guys they're getting in their own way a lot.
Yeah.
This guy is playing Call of Duty. He's like just constantly pausing, going through his inventory.
I mean,
which gun do I want to use?
I also just keep thinking about Grand Theft Auto, where they're like,
Right.
you know,
The wheel comes up.
Yeah, 9 a.m. We're
Yeah.
aiming for 5 fucking stars over here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
We got helicopters. We got SWAT. We got all the cops in North LA. Like,
Only they had the sticky bombs like you get in Grand Theft Auto 5.
So, again, they're not really great at communicating with each other in the first place, but especially when they're wearing armor-proof or their juggernaut suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emil at one point is trying to provide cover for Larry while he's switching guns, and he starts shooting from inside the Celebrity. Larry is so shocked because he didn't know what was going on. He thought there was a police officer, so
shooting
he
at
ducks.
them.
Yeah.
And then he realizes, oh, it's coming from the Celebrity. Oh, that's Emil shooting and covering me. Okay, and he gets back into it. Emil is now in the passenger seat trying to get Larry to drive.
Switch seats with me.
Again,
Wait.
very...
Emil's been sitting in the Chevy Celebrity this whole time, and he's in the passenger seat?
He moves to the passenger seat because he
Oh,
wants Larry to
He
get
does
in.
the scooch.
God.
Yeah.
He does the scooch and is like, hey, hop in.
So fucking dumb.
So he rounds to the rear of the Celebrity, its trunk wide open, continuing to fire his rifle north along the Laurel Canyon Boulevard. And after taking 2 aim shots toward Brentlinger's cruiser, he dropped the rifle to his hip. Balanced now only in his right hand, he proceeded to fire multiple shots in a 90-degree arc from north to west. Police responded instantly, and shots drove him momentarily back towards the passenger side of the Celebrity. The rounds that had impacted him at this point came from 2 angles. Several came from his right-hand side, fired by detectives Bancroft and Harley. Several more came in front of him. It is unknown how many rounds found their mark, but it is strongly believed that 3 wounds were caused in quick succession, 1 to Larry and 2 to the rifle. The first wound is believed to have been a strike to Philip or Larry's left hand, passing through the back of his thumb, breaking the bone and eviscerating a large wound on the fleshy pad of his thumb as it exited.
Yeah.
His response was instant. He dropped his left hand from his rifle and continued to fire one-handed. The critical point here is that the weapon still continued to function normally for several seconds after he fired the rifle one-handed. A round fired from either Bancroft or Harley then hit and penetrated the upper dust cover of the receiver, and a second impact was terminal. A round fired from the north struck the magazine well, deforming the sheet metal to such an extent that the removal of an expended or insertion of a fresh magazine was rendered impossible.
Ooh. Good shooting out there.
So apparently, like, once the bullets are spent on that magazine, can't use the gun anymore.
Yeah.
So he has to switch to another gun. Now, not the worst idea that he picked up the Heckler and Koch rifle. So now it was no longer a choice to switch, it was a necessity. Larry staggered and then pushed back towards the trunk, ditching the now useless H&K and selecting another Norinco Type 56. Given Larry's actions in the next couple of minutes, it is believed that he was not cognizant of the damage to the rifle. For on his final walk towards Agnes Avenue, he would carry a magazine for the H&K. So, again, he's so hopped up on all the adrenaline, probably all the multiple shots he's already had, the weight of everything, he doesn't even notice that the gun is so severely damaged.
He's probably delirious from blood loss and fucking just trauma at this point.
Yes.
I only got 9 fingers, man.
Yeah, in between the shot in the bicep, the shot in the thumb, and the multiple... Because, again, like, he's wearing the body armor, but the shots are probably hitting him like a fucking hard punch.
Yeah.
It's like, it feels like Mike Tyson's just gut punching you. Now they face another problem. Like the 2 other Chinese rifles used that day, the duo had illegally modified one of them, and this one's to have been a sloppy conversion, most likely done by Emil. Larry had grabbed the Norinco 56S1 by its barrel, and as he stepped back to the passenger side of the vehicle, he was struck yet again, and it was this wound that appears to have, out of all of them, bothered him the most. A bullet had found its way under the left forearm wrap of body armor, tearing at the flesh underneath in a spiraling fashion. Phillips did a full 360-degree spin, backing between the Acura and the Explorer, and he was leaned over the trunk of the Acura in obvious discomfort and trying to juggle the Norinco into a position to where he could use it. So not only is one hand gone, one arm, like right here, is gone pretty much, and he still is injured in the other bicep, but he's still just trying to MacGyver this situation so he can still shoot. And Emil's in the passenger seat.
Drive! What are you doing? Get in the car. We gotta go. I saved a seat for you.
So now, after, I guess, I'm sure he's yelling out like all the pain that he's had right now. Emil pushed the passenger door open and now moved to the driver's side.
Oh, I should drive?
Larry ignored the open door and walked towards the front of the celebrity before returning and barging the door closed with his left arm. A message that he was trying to send to Emil was for Emil to drive and that he would walk beside the celebrity, providing cover fire. They moved through the lot. Not quickly. I don't know if you remember, Grant, but they move at a snail pace.
Yeah.
Because, again, 2 flat tires.
Yeah. And their bullet-riddled celebrity.
And they're both getting shot up by hundreds of cops right now.
Yeah.
They move through the lot, Emil swinging the car to the point north exit, toward the exit. Larry strode briskly aside, weapon held at port arms. 30 feet before Larry threw the drum magazine he was carrying on the roof, and Emil brought a car to a halt. Larry had obviously seen something he deemed worth firing at. He braced his gun over the roof of the white celebrity and proceeded to fire at an unknown target to the west, presumably at the already downed civilians taking cover behind the Haynes cruiser.
Oh, no.
Grabbing the drum magazine from the roof, he beat a hurried retreat toward an Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme parked at the eastern boundary wall. Emil inched the car forward 3 times, and eager it seemed to get away. Larry cleared the stoppage, reloaded a fresh drum magazine, stood and strode purposely toward the exit. From the moment he reappeared from under the trees by the Oldsmobile, he started firing. Larry, moments after clearing his AKM, makes his way out of the bank's north lot. He seemed to be losing it as he starts to fire indiscriminately and then faces yet another hiccup. They crossed the edge of the lot on the Archwood Street. They were out. The North Hollywood shootout had now gone fully mobile. As they move, Larry straightened and appears to have become fixated on somebody on the east side of Archwood. As he stepped behind the end of the trailer, he took a second round through the right shoulder, and at this point, it is unknown who fired that particular shot. But 2 more rounds land on him, and maybe was one of the rounds was an inch lower than the first, and it broke his right collarbone and then completely severed his subclavian artery before fracturing his shoulder blade and deflecting downward the tissues of his back muscles.
So he's going to be fine.
So he's got a big ouchie wouchie.
Boo-boos, eh? The first fatal wound had been inflicted. A best guess scenario says that he would have had roughly about 30 minutes to live.
And that's without his heart pumping like that and all the other wounds going on.
Larry immediately spun on his heel and returned to the rear of the trailer, precisely as Emil drove around the trailer. So they're starting to split apart. They had lost sight of each other, and no longer did either party have an understanding of the other's actions, and they had been divided.
Like they had before. I mean, Jesus.
Right.
And this was the beginning of the end for them.
Just
Larry,
now?
dude, them splitting up,
Right.
it goes like it was bad before, but this is like, it goes real bad real fast. Like, you know, like I said, it was like 20 minutes of them doing this, 20 minutes here, 8 minutes to rob the bank. From here on out, it's a couple minutes.
It's a lot of time, though.
This right here, I
Right.
think, is like 3-4 minute span.
Can you imagine the fucking paperwork?
Oh, my God. The insurance claims, the paperwork, having to clean everything up, rebuild.
Like, I mean, in a non-corrupt, like, police situation, anytime you fire your round, you have to account for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking thousands of rounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Where'd all the shells go? And you're just like, all over. I don't know.
Whose bullet was that? Dude, come on.
Larry took a knee at the rear of the trailer and set to work trying to pull the charging handle of his Norinco to the rear to release the stoppage, and in that one simple action, sealed his fate. The stoppage was an unusual one, but it gave the SWAT team and other police officers time. Time to see what was going on, finally realize they're now separated, it doesn't look like they have a plan, and it looks like his gun is jamming.
Yeah.
So it seems as though he's having problems and he's heavily injured. The weapon had what is called stovepiped. Have you heard of that, Grant?
Yeah.
Apparently, a fired casing had failed to eject from the rifle fully and had become hung up under the left side of the rail within the receiver. What does that mean?
You can't eject that that old casing and allow like a new bullet to enter the chamber.
Right.
Oftentimes because the barrel is too hot at that point. It's not functioning the way it should.
I don't know. But apparently the physical manipulation of this hung-up casing should have freed it, enabling the rifle to become operational again. If Smart Man had been taking over, he would have tried to rack the rifle cleanly, but he did not. Apparently he did some really like jacked up situation to do it, and he tried 3 different times to try to fix it, But again, he's bleeding out.
Right.
Yeah.
Heavily. And I think he's at this point weary.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tunnel vision. Like,
Still doesn't have a thumb.
still doesn't have a thumb, has one semi-working arm. One blown apart arm, one semi-working
Yeah.
arm.
You're not racking that gun.
Yeah. Racking the rifle with the stovepipe still in place was the quick and dirty method of attempting to clear it, hoping that the bolt's rearward travel would free the casing, thus allowing it to drop free from the ejection port. The problem was not the bolt, which had expended the casing trapped. The rail left did, and wrecking the bolt did nothing but compound the problem. Funny enough, after further investigation of the gun malfunctioned because Emil used cheap parts.
That's what happens.
It
Don't
reminded
cheap
me
out.
of the Jurassic Park thing of just like, we spared no expense. It's like you
Yeah.
really cheaped out on the dumbest part.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think he used like a $15 like Chinese part. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Just a third party kind of situation. It's like, why don't you just get the real thing?
Don't Temu your gun parts.
Yeah. If you're gonna hold up a bank,
Yeah.
don't.
Those are your tools of the trade.
Yeah.
This.
Now, while Larry is pinned down, Emil is still trying to drive off
Hey, Larry.
with 2 flat tires where he's exchanging fire with police. Pretty unsuccessfully, might I add. And in the gunfight, police officers are using the shotguns that they got from the gun shop.
See, I told you it was a good idea.
See, I told you. And in this gunfight, the police are able to flatten another tire, blow out the rear axle, and puncture the gas tank.
Damn.
Damn.
So they are
He's
They're
going
not going
nowhere.
anywhere.
Right.
they are dumping anything and everything into
Dead
the
in
goddamn
the
car.
water.
Meanwhile, Larry realizes how totally fucked he is and decides to post up by that nearby trailer. At one point, giving up on trying to fix his rifle and goes into last stand mode.
Yeah.
He seemingly comes to the realization that he could not have cleared the damaged rifle, but he's also aware of how I don't think he was fully aware of how serious his wounds were. Again, too hopped up to realize what's going on. As Larry swayed slightly in the morning sun, still aiming at the knot of officers taking cover behind 2 vehicles in front of him, yet another police bullet found him. Ironically, this bullet would do the least amount of physical damage, but it would prove to be the final straw. The round impacted his right hand. It tore through his leather hatch glove between the ring and little finger, barely leaving a graze to the skin beneath. But it was enough to make him fumble and drop the Beretta, which may be testament to how physically drained he was at this point. The pistol tumbled to the floor, bouncing off his right foot before coming to rest in the dust between his feet. Given the lack of penetration of his wound, we believe that this wound was caused by a bullet fired from Larry's left side by Officer Torres, which ricocheted back from the wall at Phillips right alongside most of the kinetic energy in the process. So, lucky, weird shot.
Yeah.
Lucky weird shot. It wasn't even apparently he missed entirely, but it was a weird ricochet. Larry backed up a half step, bent at the waist. The HK magazine fell from his left hand into the dust at his feet. With his damaged left hand, he retrieved his sidearm. He stood, angled his body southeast, and slightly facing him away from the Agnes officers. His right arm hung limp at his side. With his left hand, he held the Beretta with its muzzle pressed under his chin at an awkward angle. 2 seconds later, he pulled the trigger for the final time.
Wait, why?
What are you saying? He killed himself?
He killed himself. Upon further investigation, when they apparently they said there was a whole bunch of mush because again he had a whole bunch of like armor in there, so it just kind of just
Held it all together.
yeah.
That poor corner.
it's like holding a soup can upside down.
Well, they said like they
That
had
poor
to like
corner just like.
they said they had to like take off the ski mask and everything, right?
yeah.
And they said it was just
Man, this is just a bowl of nonsense.
It's like SpaghettiOs with meatballs.
I'm stealing some more of your water.
Yeah, he's dead.
the circling helicopters caught the shot on tape, the pink mist of atomized blood hanging in the air for barely a second before being dispersed on the breeze. Yeah. Larry dropped to his knees like he had been poleaxed. His body already heavy and loose. The pistol tumbled from his nerveless fingers and ended up in the dust by his right foot.
Emil's just gunning this piece of shit car for all it's worth.
So the police supposedly did not see him shoot himself in the head.
Okay.
So as he falls to the ground, they just keep unloading.
shooting him. Yeah, for sure.
Fuck you, guy.
We'll give that a big old allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say they can at least account for 2 more bullets finding their way into his body, but may have potentially been more.
Yeah, I mean, I said 2 more bullets from each of us, but
But there were like 100 of us there. So
Now back to Emil. Sorry, I'm cutting around just to help save time.
yeah.
Larry! That's what Emil's doing right now.
So essentially what's going on now is Emil doesn't know where Larry is.
Okay.
But he's driving.
Yeah.
And he knows and can hear the Chevy's fucked.
Yeah.
And so he's starting to think like, fuck, okay, I need to like dump this.
Yeah, where's the
fuck
nearest
money.
Denny's? Yeah.
I need to carjack another car and get the fuck out
While
of here.
all of these cops are watching me.
Yes. While there's helicopters surrounding me, getting footage of everything that's going on. So he
Ditch the body armor, put on an extra large polo,
Yeah.
and just casually walk over to a nice sedan.
Just lay low.
Why does that scene from Austin Powers where Dr. Evil's up against the wall and he's just like
so to quickly surmise, essentially what happens is Emil is like, fuck. Okay, I'll get out, and he sees a car come on. He points his gun at them, shoots at them, thinking that they're gonna get out of the car and give up the car so he can get out.
Sure.
The owner, this is what Larry Fisher should have done. Hits reverse, gets out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Probably with a nice bird in the middle, just like
Not my circus.
Fuck you,
Not
nope.
my monkeys.
If you wouldn't mind.
You want to shit right now?
Yeah. Shit! So he gets back in the celebrity. Apparently the celebrity's going so slow, he starts pushing it.
Neil, come on.
amazing.
Come on.
Then he finally
guy.
gets back in because he was just trying to speed it up.
It's just down the hill.
I just got to get to the hill and we'll
He
be
sees
okay.
4 cars driving up. He lets the first 3 go, so the 4th one thinks he's going to let it go. He swerves into the direction of the 4th car, stopping the 4th car.
Okay.
He's like, perfect. Now I can steal this person's car. He gets out. That person darts, just fucking guns it to get out. Like they left the car. Cool. He's like, perfect. This is the best plan ever. Gets into the vehicle. They might have taken the key with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the sedan driver did exactly what Emil wanted and jammed on the brakes, but in the struggle to get the new vehicle, realizes that not only is there no key, but he's also now surrounded by the cops yet again, and they're dumping, because now all the civilians have left. The
Yeah.
3 cars are gone, that person is gone, now they can dump all their ammo again on him. One of the first shots fired under the vehicles broke his left leg below the knee. Emil's lower body at this point was oriented with his left knee down and left leg lateral to the asphalt. The bullet entered to the left of the kneecap, shattering the joint and disintegrating. And this is the autopsy report describes the x-ray of the knee as a snowstorm of bone and lead fragments
Jesus God, man.
before blowing out 2 large exit holes in the rear of the knee. A horrific and debilitating wound, but yet Emil still refused to quit. Still on one knee, he propped himself against the hood of the Chevy and continued to fire, this time angling his rounds through the windshield toward the south curb. Whether this was intentional or not, it is unknown, but there was an officer situated very close to him behind a white vehicle and was engaging him with his sidearm. It appears unlikely that Emil had line of sight to this officer and was more likely reacting blindly to incoming rounds. The next strikes to the crouched Emil came in a series of 3 strikes to his left thigh. One was a through and through to the outside of his thigh. The next 2 would prove to be contributory to Emil's demise less than 70 minutes later. He turned his body, 7 minutes later, now parallel to the front of the celebrity's hood and still held in his right hand. With his left leg twisted awkwardly under him, he was again stung into action. Raising the rifle above the level of the hood, he fired the first shots to the left side of the windshield toward anyone on the south side of the street. He rapidly traversed the rifle in a 140-degree arc and spit 10 rounds a second. So he's still going, but again, he is blindly shooting.
Yeah.
He just sees people and is just, okay,
Just spraying.
I see you, I see you, I see, and that's all he can do.
His knee is disintegrated. He
Yes.
is losing focus.
And probably a lot of blood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now a SWAT vehicle arrives. After this brief burst, he went to the ground again, hunkered down in front of the celebrity. Now he's cornered, and all the gunfire from the SWAT team is raining on him. And yet another round found him, prompting violent reaction. His body spanned to the right, his finger tense on the trigger, sending 3 rounds from the barrel. One struck the asphalt short of the northern curb, one struck the curb, and the third impacted the trunk of a tree on the median. The bullet struck to the north curb at the Emil arrest scene. Emil was close to the end, his XM15 shot nearly dry. No sidearm, and certainly no possibility for replenishing his ammunition for the only rifle he had with him before he would quit and send one final salvo towards officers. Instantly after the wild shots that struck the curb had left the barrel, he figured out that he was being shot from, and lowering the XM15, he pointed unsighted under Mars' truck toward the SWAT officers and pulled the trigger. A large volume of dust and debris can be seen billowing out from under the driver's side of the Jeep, which leads us to believe that the rounds impacted with the underside of the truck rather than finding their way to the intended SWAT members. Whilst Emil fired blindly under the vehicles, one officer, Steve Gomez, was sighted and watching the small amount of the gunman's body that he could see. He later described knowing that he had to separate the gunman from his weapon, and as Emil tried to blindly score hits under the vehicles, Gomez saw his opportunity and fired.
Long John Silver sends his regards.
A minimum of 3 rounds found Emil's forearm, causing considerable devastation. One exit wound was measured at 6 inches in length, although the forearm bone was not struck, but with the possibility of a 4th entering and exiting his right thumb. Finally, after well over 43 minutes of driven chaos, the second gunman was down. Emil essentially bleeds out underneath one of the cars, and again, they just keep shooting him because they're not sure if he's actually dead.
Do you think he stared at the Del Taco while he slipped to death?
One last taco.
I'll see you in heaven.
Again, they didn't let the
He pushed the
kids
grandma
off
down, right? He's not gonna have him.
out the school because they didn't know. Back to your point, they didn't know if there was a third gunman. They didn't
Right.
know if there were more people.
So they got those 2 down, and they're like, all right, who else?
Yeah.
More or
Everyone's
less,
on
yeah.
edge, and they still haven't even gone through the bank. So they don't know if there's people in the bank robbing the
Wild.
bank more.
Yeah.
Did the people in the bank ever decide, like, let's get the fuck out of here? Or were they like, they left, let's hunker down?
Yeah, they apparently all the people that were like stuffed into the vault were like, this is the safest place we can be.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, bullets can't get there. Yeah,
So yeah, they were like, let's just stay here. And
100%.
there's not much there. I'm sure there's plenty of interviews with them, but that did not play into
Sure.
the amount of stuff that I had to cover.
You think, like, if the gunshots, like, you can probably hear them. They go a little bit further down the street, like, oh, hey, cool. Did anybody bring Uno? Or soon going to be here for a while,
Yeah.
Anybody got
Some
any
guy's
jokes?
like, hey, Cheryl, you free next Tuesday?
He's like, I think we should just be coworkers.
What a meet cute, you know, like locked in a bank vault together.
Only you are thinking about the romantic aspect of this.
Yeah,
I've never felt so close to
I'm a
you.
hopeless romantic.
While we're here,
Oh, we're here. Yeah.
you want to go into the break room and fool around?
So, as you can imagine, this has affected not only how the police are funded, but the type of guns they have access to, which has created a pseudo arms race between the police force and criminals. So now, this heist has caused so many more ramifications of police brutality, police militarization, the
100%. They use that as a reason, an excuse, whatever you want to call it. For
Well, look what
decades
they
now.
did. Now we got to make sure we're just as mean and ready to fucking fire on anybody because we never know if they're going to hurt us.
Right.
So yeah, that's my bit.
All right. Well, that's what we'll pick back up next week.
That was a great one, man.
was fantastic,
I know we've said
honestly.
this is the fourth part of it, and I know we've said this so many times. I can't believe this isn't more prevalent in pop culture.
Yeah.
You know,
It's insane to me, too.
It's a crazy
Like,
story.
He said that
It
he was
really
going to
is.
cover this, and I was like, oh, I love this. And I swear to God, nobody else
Like, I feel like this could
that
be.
I know personally knew about it. It was so wild to me.
What's so like this is one of those stories, kind of like what just. It feels like a conspiracy story because just pulling the thread, I found so much more meat on the bones than I ever thought I could.
Yeah.
I definitely thought this was just going to be a shoot 'em up, but the more research I did, the more I like saw the family history, the more like I reached in like how everything kind of developed. It's such a wild and fun story.
Yeah.
Like this really should be like True Detective, just a one season series.
Yeah.
Make
it
an
would be such a
amazing
good
miniseries.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah,
No,
just dying
loved
in
it.
a hail of gunfire like that. That's epic.
Yeah.
It's a great way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to die in a hail of gunfire, I'd like it to be more well thought out.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to get shot in the head, probably. Not my knee, forearm,
Yeah, not get slowly blown apart
Right,
a piece at a time.
Yeah, no, I just, like, if you're going to kill me, just end it,
Right.
I mean, if you're going to die in a hell, might as well die in a hell of gunfire.
Also, get your tacos beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good meal.
He's just, like, under the car, just... Okay, take me.
I know it's called Del Taco, but I really like the burgers.
Nice. Well, great job, buddy. For
Thank
real.
you.
Great job.
Yeah.
That was a fun one, man. I'm so glad it was a 4-parter because like getting to like really drill down on it and getting to take all the time and like get all the background and all the info and everything. I'm glad it wasn't rushed. I'm glad we got so much of the story because again, I love this story.
Yeah, and I very much hesitated to cover this much of the story, but I was like, no one else is going to do that. No other
Yeah.
podcast because this is another beef of like that I have with true crime is like a lot of it is just so sensationalized.
Yeah.
Of just like how do I make this cool like 30-second or 5-minute or 30-minute clip when there's so many moving parts to human life that kind of just you need the patience to just kind of soak
Context.
in everything that's going on.
Yeah.
That being said, if you have any more context in your life about maybe pulling off a heist or generational traumas or anything like that, email us.
If
at
any of our listeners have ever pulled off a heist, please anonymously let us know.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
won't blow up your spot.
No,
Right.
no, no.
No, not
You
at
can
all.
tell us about it when you email us at don't email trashville@gmail.com.
Right. We'll do a whole episode on it, and we'll tap into your genius.
Yeah. If you got that weird neighbor that's always cleaning his guns on the front porch that you're like, did he hit an old person recently? Text us.
at
That's,
615-768-9483. And let's see, if you're going to pull off a heist here soon, tag us. at Trashville_USA. Slide into our DMs. Tell us
We will be
about
the
it.
first on the scene.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do a live.
Schmurder News.
Yeah,
exactly.
We'll
yeah.
put you on TikTok Live. We'll be better than Telemundo. We'll put those bastards to shame.
It's almost like they knew about it.
They were in on it.
They do.
And again, if you want to watch us watch the live, well, at the time, of course, live footage of this pretty amazing fucking situation.
Follow us on our Patreon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Patreon. It's cheap. Go do it.
Help support us.
Yeah.
Help support us make more
We need your
content like
support.
this. Do actual deep dives where we're all learning a little bit, not only of ourselves, but of how the world works.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I'm Joseph.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Austin.
Right here.
Okay, bye.
See you in the next one.
Like what you hear? Subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Trashville_USA. And if there's a true crime story you want the gang to cover, email us at don'temailtrashville@gmail.com. Murder Schmurder is produced by Jamie. Our tracking engineer is Grant. And our mix and mastering engineer is Julie. Incidental music in our theme song is provided by Jules. This has been another production of Murder Schmurder.
Here at Murder Schmurder, if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's this. You gotta laugh or you'll cry. Right now, there's a lot to laugh and cry about. And while we talk about a lot of fucked up stuff and delve into some of the worst crimes in history, we try to make light of these things not to devalue the events or the victims or survivors, but because I genuinely believe it's one of the only ways for sentient life to understand and process the horrors of life. And it's not lost on us that most of the victims we talk about in our true crime misadventures are the most vulnerable in our country: sex workers and racial and or queer minorities. If you'd like, you could roll back the tapes and find several hours worth of ranting on this by each of us. That being said, sometimes the boys get rowdy, and we end up yes-anding or attempting to outdo each other, and we say some gnarly shit.
Hence, lower the bar.
Hence, lower the bar, which is not going to stop happening.
No, it's a very fun game.
It's a very fun game.
So, I want the listeners to know that while our intention is to never punch down, we do fuck up, and we learn, and we try to get better. Are we going to fuck up again? You bet your ass.
Absolutely.
1,000%.
Will it be funny when we do so?
1,000%.
Probably for us.
1,001%.
I hope so.
And definitely for us.
One of my favorite things is laughing at you guys.
No. But here at Murder Schmurder, we value our brothers, sisters, and non-binary homies out there. BIPOC, LGBTQIA2+, whatever member of the alphabet mafia you are, we got your back. And we hope you have ours as we continue to grow, learn, and support each other through these dark times and come out the other side stronger than ever. And since we're here, we're just going to unequivocally say, fuck fascists, incels, cops, nationalists, and whoever else has a problem with people being who they are.
Ooh, gross. Leave me alone.